In life, we often meet problems that seem small at first and heavy later. Ignoring them may feel easy, but they rarely disappear on their own. Very often they return larger, deeper, and harder to understand. This gentle forest story carries that lesson in a simple way. To rise above fear, courage must quietly grow inside the heart. To solve problems well, we must face them with a wiser mind. Deep in a forest wrapped by green hills stood a cozy cave. Inside that shaded home lived a kind and thoughtful squirrel. All the animals trusted him because he helped them in trouble. He listened with care and stayed near when others felt afraid. One bright morning he went out looking for special food. He usually gathered seeds, but that day he wanted a treat. He hoped he might find a rare and shining golden walnut. Soon he saw one resting beneath the roots of an oak tree. Joy filled his heart the moment he picked it up gently. He decided to carry it home and enjoy it there in peace. But on the way back, an unexpected moment changed the day. Lost in delight, he slipped near the edge of a clear stream. He caught a low branch and kept himself safe from falling. Yet the golden walnut rolled away into the flowing water. It disappeared beneath the silver rush of a nearby cascade. Tired and disappointed, he slowly returned toward his cave. But as he reached the entrance, a strange unease rose softly through his body. His chest tightened, his throat dried, and the familiar doorway felt unknown to him. With a trembling voice, he called into the darkness and asked who was inside. No answer came at first, so he gathered himself and spoke much louder again. Then a booming voice echoed from within and sounded vast in the hollow cave. The squirrel stepped back in fear, certain something enormous had entered his home. Just then a large bear passed by, and the frightened squirrel asked for help. The bear walked toward the cave with confidence, but the echo startled him too. Soon a lion arrived, and the whole strange matter was explained with urgency. The lion stood proudly at the entrance, yet the deep voice shook his courage. After that, a buffalo came near, then a hippopotamus, both curious and concerned. Yet each one heard the echoing voice and chose to step away in doubt. When all hope seemed to fade, a tiny ant appeared and offered gentle help. The squirrel was surprised, since even the largest visitors had solved nothing yet. But the ant remained calm and said that size alone does not reveal the truth. The other animals returned quietly and watched from a distance with growing wonder. The ant called into the cave and asked again who was hiding in the dark. When the mighty-sounding voice returned, she moved closer without losing her calm. She spoke firmly and asked the hidden creature to come out into the light. This time the one inside hesitated, then slowly made its way to the entrance. To everyone's surprise, it was only a tiny caterpillar sheltering in the cave. The cave had turned that small voice into a giant echo that frightened all. At once the fear dissolved, and the animals smiled at what they now understood. The squirrel welcomed the small guest kindly, and the cave felt warm again. From that day on, the forest remembered a lesson simple enough for every heart. Small troubles grow larger in the mind when they are left alone too long. Courage does not always roar loudly, and wisdom is not measured by great size. When fear seems bigger than truth, calm steps forward and lets the truth appear. And often the answer we seek begins the moment we stop running and look